Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. And in this series we're going to be going over Jupiter in the houses. In this episode we're going to be talking about the 5th house. Okay, so having Jupiter in your 5th house. Alright, and before we get to that, I would like to remind you guys to check out my music. Okay, I have music on Spotify, Apple, and here on YouTube. All you gotta do is type up my name and I will pop up, so definitely check that out. And with that being said, we're going to get into Jupiter in the 5th house. Now, before we get into that, actually, let's talk about Jupiter and the 5th house separately real quick. Okay, Jupiter in astrology represents the planet of expansion. This is the planet that's expanding everything. It represents the energy that expands and makes more of everything. So, and it's symbolic in terms of the way Jupiter looks like. Jupiter is the biggest planet when you compare it to Mars, Venus, Earth, Saturn. It's the biggest planet. So again, it represents that big energy. And with that expansion energy, it represents abundance, okay? Because the expansion is making more of what it is. It's making more of whatever it is. It's expanding it. So that leads into abundance, okay? And abundance is things like wealth, like lots of support, okay? Lots of opportunities. That is abundance, and that's what Jupiter does. It gives you abundance. So a lot of times Jupiter is connected with wealth. It's connected with lots of opportunities. It's connected with lots of support because you have an abundance of this energy. So wherever Jupiter is, it represents abundance, a lot of. And that's why Jupiter is seen as luck, okay? Because the more we have of something, the better we are supported with it. And Jupiter also represents philosophy, spirituality, because expansion represents how we expand and how we see the bigger picture of reality. So it connects to our faith, okay? Religion, spirituality, all those connect to Jupiter because Jupiter is all about seeing the bigger picture. And then we have the 5th house. The 5th house is the house ruled by Leo. So 5th house deals with leisure. It deals with how we have fun. It deals with romance, dating, sex, all of that. It's our leisure in life, how we express ourselves and have fun. 5th house is a house of entertainment. It's how we entertain ourselves. It's how we have fun. So, with that being said, the first thing I could say with Jupiter in the 5th house is, okay, your sense of fun is expanded. It's like you can't get enough. And Jupiter in the 5th house, they just can't get enough fun. Okay, they can't get enough of their self-expression. They can't get enough of leisure. They can't get enough of having fun, dating, all of that. All of those type of stuff they can't get enough of because they have such an abundance of it. And it makes them so optimistic and energetic, in this area because, again, the 5th house represents how we have fun. It's already an energetic house because fun is energetic. It's how we are expressing ourselves creatively. And when you have Jupiter here, you're just having so much of it. These people can't get enough fun. It could almost be on a level of like obnoxious because it's like, again, it's like there's just not enough fun with these people. So it makes them super energetic, super hyped, and restless. Okay, yes, literally restless. This is like the people like you're having fun with, and then you start to get tired, you're ready to clean up, and they're just still ready to go. 5th house can represent gambling, okay? Because again, any fun activities, anything we do for fun, that represents the 5th house, and even gambling's put in here. So that's a good example because Jupiter 5th house can represent someone who's over optimistic in gambling and like just keeps going, and everyone kind of knows their limits. You make your money and you stop, but Jupiter 5th house, like, it's like, no, I want to keep going. I want to keep getting more. It's like you have a huge gluttony for fun. And like I said, it could get obnoxious or it can get overbearing, just too much that you need. So there is a sort of issue with having a chill pill with this placement, okay? Like Jupiter and 5th house people, like they probably have trouble chilling, okay? Because they have so much fun. Also, not just also having so much fun and being so hyper in it, but also traveling is a form of fun. way a Jupiter in 5th house person likes to have fun is through adventure, doing things you haven't done, exploring, traveling, going to different places, okay? Anything that expands their mind, okay? Even learning new things, okay? Again, Jupiter is a very philosophical house too, but traveling and exploring and learning and seeing new things, this is their form of fun, okay? This is their favorite form of fun. They can have fun in any different way, but with Jupiter in the 5th house, this would be like the way that they would do it the most. And this makes these people very fun to be around. Like, if you're having fun with them, it's gonna feel like you're exploring, you're adventuring. It's not just gonna be a game. It's gonna be a game where you can find new things, where you can see new things, where things can open your mind. You know, you're gonna be going to different places with these people. You know, they're gonna, go into the woods with you and travel and see things that you haven't seen and explore areas that you don't wanna go to. Like, this is the placement. That's why what makes them so fun is because you're not just having fun, but you're also learning new things. You're being stimulated with new environments, new information, new things to see in people. So with Jupiter in the 5th house, it could be a very educational kind of experience because, again, when you're exploring, you're adventuring, you're seeing things you haven't seen before. You're meeting things you haven't met before. You're interacting with things you haven't. So it's a learning experience too. So that's a very positive thing about Jupiter in 5th house. And yes, their form of fun is adventuring, exploring, traveling. And it's exciting that way too because these people like to take risks, okay? They like to, and you got to be careful too because, like I said, this placement Jupiter in 5th house is very hyped. So this is the person that's going to like jump off a cliff because they think it's fun. And it's like, okay, so be careful of what type of adventure you go on with these people because they don't have limits and sometimes they can be overly optimistic and jump the gun and do something dumb, but overall you will definitely feel like you're in an adventure and like you've learned and seen things that you haven't seen because that's the whole point of Jupiter, especially being in the 5th house, is exploring and adventuring, leisure and fun and self-expression. Another part of this placement is that this placement can also have lots of sexual energy or just a huge appetite because, like I said, the 5th house deals with not only fun and leisure but also romance and sex because that is also how us humans have fun and leisure, especially in the 5th house way because the 5th house is ruled by Leo, which is ruled by the sun. It deals with that fire energy, and when we talk about fire, we're talking about sexual energy. So these people definitely get around like to have a lot of that. I'm just gonna say it flat out, like and it depends on how your planets, how your chart is aspected. This is not for everyone. These are just possible manifestations. But high sexual energy is definitely a manifestation for Jupiter and the 5th house. And not only that, you guys probably like to date and get with people that are different from you. Okay, so it's not just having lots of dating and romantic and sexual partners, but also from foreign places, from different places. This is Jupiter, it expands it. So what makes it fun is not only the experience, but also the fact that it's with someone who's different from you. And it could be in any type of way. It could be race, it could be culture, it could be just looks, it could be personality is very super different. Whatever brings you out of, what you're normally used to. But yes, the sexual energy is very high and foreign. So you're gonna want to these people have a big appetite for it. They're gonna want to experience this with all different types of people. Sex can be a very explorative thing for this type of person. They want to experience it with different types of people from different places, different cultures, and it can create a huge appetite, for this. So definitely be aware of that. People with Jupiter in the 5th house can have a high, appetite for sexual energy. Okay, so, but also just for different people too. It doesn't even have to be a lot of it. It could just be you just like different types of people and you want that experience, okay? And dating as well too. It doesn't have to just be sex. It could be dating. You like to date people from different cultures, different places that open your mind to something different, you know? So definitely a big thing with this placement. Also, with Jupiter in the 5th house, this is a good point to make. I feel like this house is, these people are very energetic in general. I would say even so much that it can lead to even athleticism to a certain extent, because the 5th house is a very energetic house. It's about how we have fun. It's about how we spread our energy. So it's dealing with energy. It's a fire house. Fire house is always dealing with movement and energy. You have Jupiter. Jupiter rules Sagittarius. It's a very energetic planet as well too. So physical activity is a very important thing for this placement. These people are going to be kind of restless. I'm being serious, because there's so much physical energy and motivation. Like I said, the 5th house is a fiery house. When we're having fun, we're moving a lot. Notice how anytime when you're having fun, a lot of it is physical activity, because it's a form of self-expression. You're expressing your spirit, so it involves movement. It's a fire house. Fire always deals with movement and action. And then you take the fiery planet Jupiter and you put it here, it's a lot. So these people are very energetic, very motivated. They're gonna like to move around and get moving and get going. And this is good for even athleticism, you know, because that's a form of way for you to release all this energy that you have, okay? Like Jupiter in 5th house people have a lot of energy, all right, naturally, so they have to release it. It's a fire planet in a fire house. So physical activities, things involving lots of movement, even sports, stuff like that is good for Jupiter in 5th house, because they can release that physical energy that they have naturally. Lots of pimped up energy. So yes, guys, that's Jupiter in the 5th house. I hope you guys enjoyed that. This is a super fun placement. These people are restless though. Definitely restless. Like the energy here really makes things super active, and it could definitely become like overboard or obnoxious. But nevertheless, like this is also a placement for using fun to learn and open your mind and expand your mind. You know, these people find researching and exploring and learning new things very entertaining, and it's a form of fun for them. Like this is a person that can research a lot of things on the internet just for fun, just to learn something new. This could be people that really like the Discovery Channel. That's a form of entertainment for them, because you know, you get to see all these different things that you wouldn't be able to see in your normal local town. These wild animals and things like that. But expansion and philosophy is a form of fun, and that's a beautiful thing here. Just relax and don't go overboard, because the Jupiter in 5th house, they could go overboard with the sex, with the gambling, and just the like too much consumption of fun, and just overdoing it and not having like a chill mode. Like they need to learn how to like relax and calm down a bit. But this is definitely a super duper fun placement. I hope you guys enjoyed that. All right, and if you did book a reading with me, I do natal chart readings as well as tarot all together. All you have to do is email me. We can go forward with that. And then you can check out my music as well too on Spotify, Apple, and here on YouTube. All the links are in the description box below. And I'll check you guys out on the next video.
Big bars, tight locks, everything close. Your tools ain't cut for the mold. Chin up, back straight, stand up, everything bold. You stay cause you're trying to get in. Fashion, movements, currents, routines and trends. Can't get cause you're trying to go away.